Hello, my name is Amy Sturkey. I'm a pediatric physical therapist, and today I'm with my co-instructor. Her name is Louisa, and she's actually a gymnast, and so she's excellent at balance, and so she's ready to help me out. The first thing I think about with balance is I think about how your legs are. So if you're standing on 2 feet with your feet shoulder width apart, that's the easiest way to keep your balance. The wider your feet are, the little bit easier, and the narrower they are, the little bit more tricky. If your feet are all the way together, she's a natural. If your feet are all the way together, then that's a trickier way to do your balance. The next thing I think about, feet apart again, is you take one foot out, like stride, that's what I call this position. The further you have your foot out, just barely out, each little bit further out it goes, the harder it makes your balance. The next thing I think about is narrowing up the base of support this direction. So if you have what I call inline stride, so let's turn sideways. Whoop! Inline stride, that makes it yet more challenging. And then if you do it heel to toe, wah! Heel to toe, it makes she's having no trouble. It challenges your balance a little bit more. So the next thing I think about is where are your hands? So if your hands are free, you're able to use your hands for balance. So that makes it easier. To make it a little bit more challenging, you could ask them to put your hands on your hips. I'm going to turn toward you. Let's see. There, it's more polite. Then if you wanted to make it a little bit more challenging, you could have your hands clasped together in the front, or arms crossed on your chest, or arms straight up, or together at the top. And that would make it a little bit harder. And the last thing I think about is head position. So people use their vision to help them balance. If you're looking down at your feet or looking straight forward, that's the most conducive to balance. But if you're looking up, that makes it more challenging. The last thing I think about is then making the base of support even more narrow. So then you go down to 1 foot. So if you're standing on 1 foot, that makes it a little bit more tricky. So why don't we stand on 1 foot, hands over head, and the last thing you can do on 2 feet or 1 foot is go up on your tippy toe. Okay, and then you have started to really challenge your balance. Yep. So on 2 feet it's a little bit easier, and on 1 foot it becomes quite challenging. So that's a basic primer on balance. I hope this was helpful. Louisa was fantastic, and I'll see you next time.